Hello everyone. It's James again. And in today's video, I want to talk about something that affects nearly all childhood narcissistic abuse survivors. And that's being outcasts or shunned by society. You see, narcissistic abuse victims aren't always what you think they are. Just like the narcissists themselves, the variety of types of people that are survivors do indeed have many different looks and character types. A victim, just like the narcissist, might be very attractive. They might be homely. They might be young. They might be old. They might be outgoing. They might be more reserved and soft-spoken. And the reason why I mentioned this is when I say victims are shunned by society. First, right off the bat, one might think homely, quiet, nerd, without a life, that goes to work and comes home to a TV dinner. And though this might be the case for indeed some victims, the reality is there are narcissistic abuse victims that appear to be normal people, and might even be attractive, to where you would never guess. They have no family, or no active social life. Well, why would this be, if they appear to be normal? You see, people in general are very tribal in nature, and families usually hang out with families, even if it's once every few months. The average person goes over to their parents' home to visit, and they have their other siblings there. Their other siblings might bring their significant others. If it's for a dinner, the spouse might bring their parents along. And everyone has something to talk about, such as how they grew up, where they come from, where they went to school, types of jobs they've had, and the list goes on and on. Then you, the narcissistic victim, arrives. Maybe you're friends with one of the family members, and were invited. Or you're dating someone that belongs to this family, and you arrive to this dinner. And now you are being asked all kinds of questions about you and your family. Questions you don't have good answers for. You can feel the tension in the air, and all eyes are on you, as you stutter and stammer to find the right answers to give. But no real good answer comes to you. And guess what happens when you leave? The parents of the person you're dating says to them, "What's up with that guy? Are you sure that's the man for you? He doesn't come from a real family. He's just by himself. What does he offer to the relationship?" And before you know it, you are pushed to the side for someone that fits more in their normal family setting. The sad fact is, if you don't belong to a real family, people have a hard time relating and understanding your situation. And because of this, and not wanting to upset the normal balance of their family, you get shunned and pushed to the side of life. Most narcissistic victims are either alone, or were able to secure good people around them. There's really no in-between. But I say this because though being alone to a degree is good, because it teaches you self-reliance and how to enjoy your own company, one shouldn't get used to this loneliness. Otherwise you will miss out on the beauty and goodness out there. And those that are decent people. I learned long ago, if someone doesn't want me in their home, then that's not the home for me. There's no need for me to be embarrassed when I meet new people, or go over to meet a woman's parents. If I'm dating someone, they have to either be able to relate to my situation, or at least be able to understand it. And when they can do this, they can relay specific parts of this information to those they are close to, such as their family. So when going over to meet them, embarrassing questions aren't asked. Because if someone really cares for you, this is what they will do. They will tell their parents all about you before you even get there. And if these parents are just as good at people as their child is, embarrassing questions won't be asked. Looking back, when I was put in such embarrassing situations, the woman never understood my situation. So I was basically trying to fit into something where I didn't belong. If they don't understand, get out. But I've also learned, though many people are like this, and it is indeed the norm, you will be surprised. There are understanding people out there in the world. And if you stay locked up in your home, doing nothing, you will never meet these people. And that's the trick really. If your narcissistic parents ruined all of your friendships, and most of the people you've dated are narcissists, and you look around, and you find you are literally alone, what do? Where do you start? I mean, day in and day out, you are alone, and no one is the wiser. Because you appear to be as normal as everyone else. Except for work. Your entire day is spent alone. And as you move throughout your day, You feel like you just don't belong. Well, the first place you need to start is to understand. You do belong. Understand that you are a worthwhile individual with lots to offer the world and to yourself. And that you are going to need to build a life from the ground floor up. And that you don't have a life starter kit like everyone else's. Look at it as a challenge. It can be done. And you deserve it. And as you build your life and live alone, use this time alone to teach yourself how to trust your gut, and how to not be desperate for friends, or a dating partner, and for the love of others. However, still realizing that having this love from others is a normal thing to desire, and to have. That is, if the person giving this love is honest and real about this love they are giving to you. And by doing this, you will be able to filter out the toxic people, the narcissists, the borderlines, etc., and you will be able to put yourself around people that are real and good. Ask yourself, what hobby did you always want to do? Or skill you want to learn? Maybe you might take a foreign language night class. Who knows who you will meet there? Maybe you might join a group for your hobby. You never know. You might meet someone nice. But James, what if there's a narcissist there? Well, use the skills you've learned and filter them out of your life. And keep right on moving. You see, it's better to start now rather than later. Because I won't lie, building a life from the ground floor up isn't easy. Because heck, being alone 24/7 isn't easy. And the longer you put off building your life, the more being alone will take hold of who you are and become a part of your identity. Now, for those that don't desire to have others in your life, I understand that's your personal choice, and this information might not be for you. But for those that walk around wishing you had a normal family in life, what I will tell you is, look at some of those on YouTube talking about growing up in narcissistic homes, and later marrying a narcissistic spouse. Some are now alone, but many figured out their life, and were able to find great people to date and even marry. And they have developed healthy, loving families of their own they now belong to. And to me, this is testimony that it truly can be done. Because in reality, if you think you are alone now, give it 30 more years, and think about how it will feel then. I know we have different beliefs here, but I believe God gave us family as a way to give us security and safety. Also, to give us joy and love. And it shows. Those without family are those that are in the most pain, and are the most vulnerable in life. Something to think about. That being said, I want you to know you are worth good things in life. And yes, it hurts when you're sitting at a big table with strangers asking you questions about your family. I know I've been there so many times. But understand, though many are like that, not everyone is like that. And if you stay stuck in the isolation your narcissist created for you, you will never discover what's out there. And the narcissists that put you in this exile will win. Even when they are no longer on this earth, they will win in your misery, pain, and loneliness. Like I always say, knowledge is power. The more we know, the more we can live happy and healthy lives. Until next time, bye for now, and be good to yourself.